Welcome. For our practice today, we are going to need a few props. I suggest you have a couple of blocks and some cushion for underneath your knees. So that could be a blanket, or if you have a foam pad, or pillows, anything that provides a little bit more comfort. So as you ensure that you have the props that you need, my name is Marin, if we haven't officially met yet. And behind me, I have my lovely student assistants, Erin and Nora. So for today's class, while I am leading, you will also have examples behind me of how the movement may look in different bodies. So part of our theme today is Ahimsa, which is non-violence. And to exemplify this, I want you to imagine that these props that we're using are extensions of your body. So at any point during our practice, if you feel like the floor is a little too far to reach, we use our props to bring the floor up to us. Or if you're seated or laying down or on your knees, using the generous support of a pillow or blanket or foam cushion to give yourself some support so that your body can relax into the position versus needing to brace or force or fight what is happening. Another way we can support ourselves up with nonviolence is to ensure that our environment is set up and conducive for our practice. So not only taking the time to bring props and have them nearby, but being mindful of where you set them up. So taking a few moments to bring your props in close, but off to the side, moving things around. You might find changing your lighting in your room might feel good, or opening or closing a door, having water nearby, or even a notebook nearby if you feel inspired to capture any notes or insights as we practice. So take your time to set up your space, doing so with a sense of care and nurturance for yourself as we step into today's practice. And when you feel ready, you can meet us in Sukhasana, easy pose. Now, often the traditional pose is shown in images without any support, and I invite you to take some time to feel into what would really be supportive for you. What would make this pose easy? With your feet crossed, maybe you have one foot in front of the other. Perhaps you lean against the wall, or bring cushion or a block underneath your bum to lift you up. So taking your time to feel into what would actually make this pose feel easy, and honor and enjoy how you set yourself up with a little more support. Now I wanted to give a little analogy as we move into these asana classes. As you will learn throughout our time together, the 8 limbs of yoga are often described separately as these different stages or steps in the journey of the yogin. And while that is true, another truth is that they can't be separated. So rather than thinking about the 8 limbs as limbs on a tree, imagine that these 8 limbs are actually different points or parts of this toy I have in front of me. And imagining that asana is one part of this whole unit. And as we move into our asana class, we're just shifting our perspective to bring asana into the lead for a little while. It still includes the other limbs. It can't be separated. Yet we're experiencing this tree or the limbs of yoga through the lens or perspective of asana. So I invite you to keep this model in mind as we practice, that this is not just physical movement. It is so much more than that. It is all limbs of the yoga tree. Now let's take some time to ground ourselves a little bit more by beginning to move our eyes around the space we're in. And as you move your eyes, do so with the intent of noticing detail. Noticing colors, shapes, shadows, how the light transitions into shadow or shadow into light. And as you continue to move your eyes and take in detail, begin to notice how your breath is moving as well. Now notice what it feels like to allow the weaving of the movement of your eyes, the movement of your breath, and the movement of your spine, your head and your neck. Notice how these subtle movements are an embodied experience of satya as we purify our mind and body with mindful movement, with nourishing breath, and with our loving attention. Continue allowing moments to pause anytime that feels nourishing. And I'm going to read you a short excerpt from the book Fragrance After Rain by Jaya John. Exhausting language. What am I accomplishing today? Revitalizing language. How beautifully am I breathing today? Beautiful breathing can be cultivated like a garden or an art form. It is an art form, the form of being present and released. Sculpt your peace by shifting from a task-oriented life to a centered, oxygen-infused life that enriches and optimizes your tasking. Each beautiful breath is a whole system cleanse, a divine download, a deposit in your life wellness account, deep massage for your soul. May your breathing be as glorious as you are. Allow those words to sink into your system with each breath. I'm going to shift into a technique to support this continued purification and grounding. And this technique is a 3-part breath. So a 3-part inhale, where we inhale, pause, hold. Inhale more, pause, hold. Inhale more, pause, hold, and relax in the fullness. And then a hum or a sigh as you exhale, let it all go. We'll do that 3 times together. And then we'll pause to feel how our breath moves after that. When you're ready, you can begin. Two more. One. Now receive your breath. Let it flow. And now we will honor the two different modes of processing that makes up our mind or our brain. Beginning with the powerful subconscious or elephant, as you will learn more about in part one. To honor the elephant or the underconscious, we first want to tap into the feeling of why we are practicing today. This serves as your motivation. So what is the feeling that you desire to cultivate? Whether it's you practice to feel more connected or to let go of what's no longer serving you, or to feel the nourishment of your breath in sync with your movement. Find the feeling that will support your subconscious, your elephant, to be in this practice with you. And then we take that into the next step of landing on a tangible intention. This is direction for your rider, the cognitive part of your brain that can use your intention to direct your wild, wondrous elephant. So what is the tangible intention for your practice? Whether it's a mantra or I choose presence with each breath. What is the practice or the tangible intention that will support you in achieving the motivation that you just landed on? Perhaps it's the willingness to pause and feel what's arising versus powering through or forcing. Or I am worthy to slow down and enjoy movement. Take a moment to land on your intention. And when you feel ready, you can make the transition into Balasana, child's pose. So with child's pose, it might feel good to have your knees wide, toes touching, and hands stretching forward. It might feel good to place cushion underneath your knees, or even bringing your knees together, allowing your chest to rest down on your thighs with your hands stretched behind you. So whatever variation you choose, allow this to be an opportunity to feel your breath in your back body a little bit more. And as we prepare for a little bit more movement, allow this also to be an opportunity to tune into a rhythm of breath that feels sustainable and nourishing for you. A rhythm that will support as your guide. So at any point in our practice, if you notice your breath is picking up speed or becoming shallow, that's a signal to slow down, reconnect with the rhythm of your breath so that your movement is supported and guided from the winds within. And as you feel ready, you make the transition up into tabletop, where we will explore some cat-cow variations. Taking a moment to feel the foundation of your hands, your knees, shins, the tops of your feet. And as you inhale, drop your belly, eyes up, tailbone up. Exhale to reverse. Move with the rhythm of your breath. And allow any variation as you follow the impulses in your body of what feels good, what wants to move a little more. And as you feel this mobilization in your body, allow this also to be an opportunity to bring in the Ujjayi breath practice. Ujjayi breath is that slight constriction at the back of your throat, so that as you inhale, it carries a richer vibration and sound quality. And it supports us to keep our breath elongated as we feel mobilization increase in our system. So you can listen and feel your breath with more ease. And really notice that signal of when your breath starts to feel strained or quickened, and allow again that to be an opportunity to slow down. As if you could slow down to hold the hand of your breath. So you're walking through this practice together. Another few breaths here as you explore cat-cow as it ripples through your spine. When you feel ready, finding your way into a neutral position, a flat-ish spine. And as you inhale, reach your right foot back with your toes tucked, keeping your foot on the ground. And for a few moments, notice what it feels like with your extended leg to drop your hip down and to reach it up. Moving through that plane of balanced hips, experiencing either end of your hip lower down or higher up. And when you feel ready, find that middle place where your hips are in alignment. And you could keep your foot on the ground, or it might feel good for you today to lift your leg, reaching through your heel. Feel your breath. Perhaps it might feel all right to reach your opposite arm, extending from fingertips down your arm, across your back to your right hip, all the way down to your right heel. As you exhale, drop your left hand if it's been lifted. Drop your right foot. Kickstand your left foot off to the side to find a modified side plank. A few moments here. Feel the connection to the floor and the extension from the outside of your right foot along the outside of your right leg, hip, ribs, all the way up to the extension of your right fingertips. Beautiful. Couple more breaths. We're going to make our way into gate pose from here really slowly. So allow your right hand to come down to the ground in front of your body. Walk your hands towards your right foot so that you can then bring your body up. Body weight above your left knee, right foot still extended. It might feel good to have hands on your hips or hands out wide. We'll take a breath here and then extend over your right leg. Reaching up through your left hand, now feeling the lengthening along the left side of your body. Couple breaths. Beautiful. Next inhale, bring your body all the way back up. Keep your right leg long and reach your left hand down towards your left hip or thigh as you reach your right arm up and over to feel the extension along the right side of your body. Beautiful. Might feel good to have a block underneath your left hand or keep your left hand lifted. And on your next inhale, bring yourself back up. Turn your right foot towards the wall to bend your right knee, making our way into our extended, so keeping your left foot still behind. This is the kneeling warrior variation, where you lunge into your left knee. Perhaps having your right knee, right arm on your thigh or down towards the floor or block. Left hand can stay on your hip or reach up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Couple breaths here. When you feel ready, bring your left hand down towards the floor, towards your right foot, and keep your lower body where it is as you walk your weight back over towards your left knee. Left hand is now in front of your left knee. Lunge into your right knee and open your right knee towards the right. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Beautiful. Couple breaths here. As you exhale, right hand comes back down towards the ground. And now pivot your weight towards your right foot to find your low lunge. Left foot comes behind your body. Take a few moments to find that position that feels good for you. Perhaps cushion underneath your left knee would feel nice at this point. Taking your time to bring in the support you need for your body. It might feel good to lift your heart, roll your shoulders back. One more breath. And now we'll shift into half Hanuman, taking your time to pull your weight back. Tip your tailbone up towards the sky as you extend through your front leg. Reaching your toes up. Hug your right hip back slightly. You keep your heart lifted or fold towards your front leg. Beautiful. One more breath. Next inhale, bring your weight forward to find that lunge in your front knee. And then shift your right knee back, finding tabletop, and then down into child's pose for a few moments to rest. Take a moment to recall your intention. Infuse it into your breath as you breathe a little more into your back body. Now, I will invite you as you're watching to stay in the orientation that you're in, and we're going to flip our orientation so that this time as we move through the sequence, you'll see the front body. So once again, from child's pose, bring yourself up into tabletop and explore cat-cow for a few breaths. Notice what feels the same, what feels different. Where is your breath moving with ease? And perhaps where is your breath not moving? Can you bring a little more attention, a little more patience into that area? When you're ready, we find our tabletop position with a neutral-ish spine. And this time, we will reach our left foot back. Take a moment to feel your balance as your toes are tucked. And on this side as well, a few breaths where you drop your left hip down and lift it up. Paying close attention to that center line where you feel your hips are balanced and what it feels like as you lose balance above and below. And now bring yourself back into that balanced place. Hips aligned. Perhaps lift your left leg up. Ujjayi breath may be feeling supportive for you at this point as you feel more mobilization, more energy in your system. And perhaps extending your opposite arm. Keep pushing into the floor as you reach and lengthen from right hand to left foot. As you exhale, if your hand is lifted, drop it down. Left foot comes down if it was lifted. Kickstand your right foot behind your body. And find your way into your modified side plank. Feel the connection to the floor as your breath moves and purifies your body. On your next exhale, left hand comes down to the floor. Walk your weight towards your right knee as your foot comes behind your body. And lift your body up for gate pose. You can have your hands on your hips or out wide as you take an inhale. And extend over your left leg. Keep pushing into the floor as you feel the length along the right side of your body with each breath. On your next inhale, bring your body up to neutral and extend the opposite direction. Great time to bring in a block, or hand can stay on your hip or compressed against your side. Keep pushing down with your left foot to feel your balance, your foundation. Next inhale, bring your body up once again. And now we turn our left foot so our toes point towards the side of the room as we find our lunge into our extended side angle. So your elbow could be on your knee or on the block or on the floor. And opposite arm reaches up overhead. One more breath. As you exhale, your right hand comes down to the floor. Walk your hands once again towards your right knee, a couple feet in front. Right hand lands as you lunge into your left knee. Perhaps flex your feet or your foot and open your left knee towards the left. Left hand can be on your hip or up overhead. Come back to your breath. One more. As you exhale, left hand comes down, your foot anchors down, and we walk our weight towards our left foot. Pivot your right foot behind you. So once again, you find your low lunge. Bring in some cushion. Set yourself up so you feel supported. You could keep your chest down with your head down, or it might feel good to lift your heart, roll your shoulders back. Whatever you choose to do, ensure there is space to breathe. One more. On your next inhale, shift your weight back, finding half Hanuman. Take your time. Left toes point up, left hip hugs back. You can keep your heart lifted or lower your heart towards your knee. Feel your breath moving through your body. One. On your next inhale, lift your heart up to walk your weight forward. Getting your left foot onto the ground. And then take your time to hug your left leg back. And once again, settle into child's pose. It might feel good to rock your head side to side. Or even rock your weight from one side of your body to the other. And check in again. Come back to your intention. A few breaths here. When you feel ready, we will make the transition onto our belly. So moving slowly, care and attention, bringing your belly all the way down to the ground. Might feel nice to have some cushion underneath your pelvis or knees. And we're going to begin slowing down our practice with 3 cobras. So your hands are right below your shoulders, close in towards your body, elbows pointing up behind you. Push down through the tops of your feet so you feel your knees lift up off the floor. Inhale, lift your heart, roll your shoulders back, walk your eyes up the direction you're going. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Feel your heart connect to the floor. Left ear on the ground, hands down by your sides. Allow 3 breaths here. 3 slow, rhythmic breaths. And then once again, bring your chin to the ground. Set your hands up underneath your shoulders. Push down through the tops of your feet. And as you inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back, eyes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly come back down. Right ear to the ground this time. Total attention as you inhale and feel your body lift away from the floor. Total attention as you exhale, as you ground down, relax, and let go. One more time. Chin towards the ground. Hands set up underneath your shoulders. Push down through your feet. Inhale. Lift your heart. Feel yourself roll up. Be in the motion. And as you exhale, make your way back down to the ground. Left ear. Rest down as your hands come down by your sides. And let go. Feel the nourishing rhythm of your breath. For the sake of balance, flip your head to the other side, get your right ear on the ground for a few breaths. And in your own time and own way, make the transition onto your back. So from here we will do a supine twist. When you're ready, you can bend your knees and take a moment to even hug your knees in towards your chest. Feel your lumbar spine, your low back connected to the floor. And then release your knees so that your knees come above your pelvis. Arms can come out wide into a T or a cactus. And as you exhale, right knee down, right thigh down, right hip down. Stack your left leg on top of your right. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, roll your left shoulder and left ear towards the ground. Anytime I'm doing a supine twist, I like to imagine that my spine is a cloth that I'm rinsing out with the fresh water of my breath. Another opportunity to purify our body with our imagination, with our breath, our willingness to feel, to be still. One. With the inspiration of your inhale, bring the back of your head flat to the ground as you lift your lower body, finding that neutral position to hug your knees in towards your chest. One more time. And then make your way to the other side, aligning your knees above your hips, shins parallel to the ground. The exhale supports us as we let go and drop the right side, left side, down to the ground. And once your left is stacked on top of right, inhale to lengthen your spine, and then exhale to roll open. Coming back to your breath as the gateway to presence. We can only breathe in the now. Be here with your breath. Allow yourself a few moments of celebration as you celebrate and appreciate your effort, your surrender, your willingness to practice, your ability to carve out this space for yourself. Let yourself enjoy that feeling. And when you feel ready, using the inspiration of your inhale to guide your spine back into a neutral position, perhaps hugging your knees in one more time. And I like to finish classes with Yogin's choice. So anything that would feel good for you to complete your practice. A little more movement, a little more stillness, anything at all. And when you feel ready, feel into the transition into Shavasana. Perhaps a cushion underneath your head or behind your knees, or a blanket pulled onto your body. And as you transition, notice what it feels like as you inhale to push into the floor, and as you exhale to let go, to yield and be held by the floor. This can be a really subtle push as you meet the floor with a little more attention. And that exhale, as you feel your whole body surrender, release, and to settle a little more deeply into the support that is right here. Let's do that all together as we move through our body. So beginning with the back of your head, as you inhale, gently push into the floor, a subtle push. And as you exhale, let that go and feel transition of being held by the floor. And then enjoy a couple of breaths in stillness, in softness. And feel the backs of your hands, the backs of your arms across your shoulders as you inhale. Push into the floor. And as you exhale, feel yourself let go. And allow a couple of breaths to enjoy the sensation of being held. And now the back side of your torso, from shoulders down to the top of your pelvis. As you inhale, push into the floor. Feel that connection. And as you exhale, let go. Feel your buoyancy. And enjoy your breath. And now through your pelvis. As you inhale, push your glutes into the floor. And as you exhale, soften. Let go of any effort. And breathe. Now the back sides of your legs, all the way down to your heels. Inhale, push your legs into the floor. Exhale, let go. And breathe. And as you settle here for a few minutes, I will leave you these words, also from Fragrance After Rain by Jai Chan. You open a window wanting fresh air. Fresh air enters, wanting fresh soul. Maybe, just maybe, you are more precious than you know. Reappraise your worth, dear soul. You have no idea how creation wonders at you. Maybe much like the way you wonder at creation. You are a bright thing coded in a lifetime of false ideas about yourself. Go down to the soul water. Time to wash your spirit clean. Three more breaths with your total attention. Breathe in slow motion as if you could expand the present moment. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and allow a few moments of weaving the movement of your eyes, the movement of your breath, and the movement of your body as you gently guide yourself back into wakefulness and mobilization. Notice detail as your eyes move around the space. Perhaps noticing something you didn't notice before. Allow your movement to become a little bigger as you open and stretch your body like you're waking up from a nap. Take your time as you allow the movement of your eyes, breath, and body to gently guide you back into a seated posture. Once you find your seated posture, bring your hands to our ceiling of offering, Anjali Mudra. Feel the connection of your palms touch me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me in this practice today. And as we send this thanks to each other and out to the universe and back in towards ourselves, let's bow our head below our heart so that our heart leads us in all that we do. Namaste. Thank you.